Okay. We live, we live, we live. I don't know what this is in here. Not right. Um, Here we go. What I want. Uh, oh well, I don't know. I hope this is right. I hope it's getting it. It says it is, so guess we'll just have to trust it, huh? Hey Virgos, how y'all doing? All right, more Virgos in the house. All right. If you would, I appreciate it. If you like the way the readings are going and you find some interest in it, please give it a thumbs up. I would deeply appreciate it. Also, if you would, if you're new to the channel, if you would subscribe, that would help out a lot as well. Um, and let's see what else. I think that's about it. So let's jump on over and see what is happening in the world of astrology for you guys, okay? All right, we got your chart up here. You're on the first house, doing the whole houses, just let you know that. We're going to start out with what happened early this morning at 1:54, okay? The moon entered into Cancer into your 11th house, okay? And when it did, created some interesting things here. The first thing was the moon entering in there. It created a cell pattern or aspect. So this was dealing with the second house, the fourth house, your seventh house, and 11th house. Okay. All right. So with the second house being something of material, which, Virgos are not really materialistic, but they like to have nice things around them, beautiful things. And the fourth house dealing with that material and how it affects you in a psychic sort of way, a thinking, a thought, um, your ability to see things in a certain beautiful way, um, your imagination. Uh, then with the seventh and 11th house, this has to deal with relationships. Now with the second houses also, it's about resources and stability. Again, with that fourth house, it's dealing with your life, uh, or where there has to be some sort of dramatic action that needs to be taken when it comes to those resources and stability, taking care of finances and these sort of things, um, and then having that stability there. And also with this ninth and 11th house, those deal with the preparation. Both of those are dealing with preparation and adjustments that need to be made uh, with the what I'm fixing to show you that's coming. I jumped a kind of ahead here for a minute. I was lost in the whatever. I'm not even going to go there. Okay, so anyway, we got the moon here, and the moon is in a trine to Venus at the time. Also, there is with the moon in an opposition to Mercury in your fourth house, which I said that has to be with some sort of uh, awakening happening, which, my mind was active last night. I was up and down all night. Uh, and I don't know why. Um, but then also in the seventh house, in your house of relationship, Saturn has begun to move forward now. We waited so long for Saturn to begin its movement so there can be something that we can take action. Before it won't go retrograde, we got quite a while because it's going to be like 213 days and 12 hours or 213 and a half days before it goes retrograde again. So it will be moving forward now, which is a good thing. Um, so that will definitely be into next year before it goes retrograde again. Um, and it is, the moon is trying to it. Now, with this Mercury, they're sextiling to Venus and sextiling over to Saturn. So, again, with the seventh house and the second house, these have to deal with resources, um, and the stability in those resources, uh, where you want things to be balanced and equal, uh, stable. You don't want anything out of balance here. You want your finances, taken care of. You want all that, and you're dealing with those things. It's where you really have to look at what you have and how you use those resources or the materials that you have. Um, and it's not just throwing it out to the wind. Uh, Venus is all about with money, and this being in the house of those possessions that you have and the things you have. It's your attitude toward those things. It's how you emotionally feel about them as well, um, and how your values. The sign shows your attitude and needs in love as well with Venus. You want that stable and balanced. Uh, you know, you want to share things equally here. Um, but there's been some things in the past that, where there was losses, and now you've gained. There's gains you've had, more than likely, by your past previous actions. You work to get more stable, more balanced, and that's a good thing. And it's going pretty good because your mind is awakening. I know with you Virgos, you're thinking about the home, you're thinking about the family, um, uh, family stability, love, and the nurturing, your faith in family. Um, may have been some issues there as well, but you're awakening to things. And with the cell, it's like you're moving in that direction of awakening and taking responsibility for things and doing what needs to be done. Like I said, the moon is in the trine to Venus, and here it's in a trine to um, Saturn, where you're being responsible. You're working within those limits that you have to work with and what you had to do. It's in a relationship house, okay? So, and this is where it has some stuff with Venus here. And you're not, to me, Virgos, they have a vivid imagination when it comes to romance or things in love and in life and those sort of things. Uh, but they don't like illusions. They want reality. Don't play games with the Virgo because you'll lose. Period. Um, because they will analyze things. They will hunt for every detail, everything. There's something here with that of adjustments that need to be made. But to me, Virgos just don't get into a delusional world of fantasy. They do like to dream. They like to aspire to achieve things, um, to use their creativity, believe in their faith. So with the cell here, it's like, emotionally, you're moving toward this awakening of things, looking at things in a more realistic way. God dog it. Oh, you see my hourglass? It happens in every time. Hold on a minute. Okay. All right, we're back. It woke up. All right. The next thing we have Uh, the cell here, again, oh, come on now. The one now, too, it was Mercury uh, and Saturn, sextiling Saturn in opposition with the moon again, and also now to the south node, something of that Venus with the past. Those two are conjunct. So it's looking at what you need here. Um, things that bring you pleasure, things you find beautiful. But you want things balanced here. And something in you is kind of wakening up. And we also have the yod here. So in the yod is where there's the finger of God. I'm sure you've all heard that. But the sail has to do with the divine moving you in that direction. You're going toward that direction. You're wakening up. You have this realistic ideals of where you want to go, and you're taking responsibility. Things you're taking the initiative. Now, this yod happens to deal with the sextile from Jupiter over to Vesta, which you want to go toward those things you aspire to work toward, plans you have, goals you have. Um, and how you have that spiritual devotion to either a cause, a person, a place, a project, or even a belief that's sacred to you. And so you're trying to make adjustments here because with quincunxes from Vista to the Sun, and from the Sun to Vista, and from the Sun to Jupiter, you're wanting this expansion and growth. You are, to me, it is like you are with that yod being to the fourth house, which has to deal with your vision of what you want, to what you see, um, and in your life with that ninth house. Uh, you want the expansion, you want the improvement, you want the healthy um, life. You want to be more healthy. And then also in the 11th house, which has to do with relationships. Uh, this has to deal with society in itself, humanity, uh, people, friends, um, and being around more of like minded people. You get along well, maybe in that way, where people have goals, have aspirations, they're working toward that. And so the adjustment is you need to focus in that direction, because this is where all this energy is toward the sun, the self, your identity, your personality, those that match your personality, um, that are very possibly spiritual people. They're nurturing people, loving people, and they give you what you need and you give it back. We're talking about Cancer being a cardinal sign. We're talking about Taurus being a fixed sign. And we're talking about Sagittarius being a mutable sign. So, you know, you're doing things that you have to do to survive, but you've got to make the decision. And these are tough decisions when we talk about quincunxes. And you've got to have the courage to make those decisions. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to improve this, and everything service that you are to others, you want it to be right, you want it to be good, you want to help others. And like I said, this was in the early morning hours, so there was a lot. That's probably why I didn't sleep very good last night at all. And then this yod continued on with the moon trying Saturn, and then Saturn feeding back to Vista. Is what you were devoted to, what your dedication is going to. It's in the same degrees with Saturn, so there's something here of working towards something. but working within the limits of society. You know, you don't want, you're following the rules. You're following the teachings in relationship with people. And same ideals, same aspirations, goals that you want to work toward. The next thing you had last night or this morning, early this morning, you had the moon in Cancer, and it was quincunx to Mars. So, and what it was feeding to that you had to make some sort of emotional adjustment this morning, and having that courage to make that decision of what action needed to be taken here. Because with this Mars, you know, having the energy, the motivation, and inspiring yourself to have that motivation. With this moon coming out of Gemini, you know, it was a full moon and it was very intense. It was, you know, working with our mind, waking our minds up to where, you know, you want to be in life. You want to have good relationships with other people. And you want those relationships to grow and expand. The next thing we had during the day here, which is around 11:02 when I first started doing all the videos, we had the moon in Cancer in conjunct with Vista here, which I told you, and we talked about this. I talked about it with it coming in there. This is really inspiring, where you really want to be inspired to grow and expand in your life. And you may be looking back where things weren't that way. Maybe you were that flame, that spiritual flame you had for what you wanted to aspire to and goals, and you didn't think it was ever going to happen, but it has happened. And now you're reassessing where do I go from here now? What is the next goal? What is the next step? What is it the next thing I need to do and get going? We also have Venus in Libra, which we talked about, and its opposition to the North Node. I haven't talked about this, but there's something here where if you're not getting your needs met, or something wasn't done here in the past where you maybe said, I need this, or I need that. It's where you talk about your attitudes and your needs in love. And if there was no one there that was meeting those needs, you just kind of was leaving it behind. You don't see maybe anything for the future in that area. So it's now probably time for you to just take care of you. And so now where Venus passes by that, and we've got the Sun in a quincunx to Jupiter, where you're going to have to make some decisions here, what actions you're going to take moving forward. There is a square to Pluto here with Venus in conjunct with the South Node. Oh gosh, there is something that is an obstacle or a blockage in love affairs. You know, maybe you feel like something's done here. You know, maybe it's lived out its existence. Things are changing in your life. Maybe with your children, maybe with maybe what you had, something. There's been like a drastic change, and y'all been going through it. I gotta say it, because I've talked to a lot of y'all through the years, and y'all have really been going through some stuff and wondering, when is it going to change? Well, the change is coming. We had this yod again about 3 o'clock or 12 o'clock this afternoon, almost 20 minutes to 1, somewhere around there, where this yod is now really you focusing on making the changes, having the courage to make the changes, working toward those things, feeling comfortable, at ease, you know, with others. And like I said, this all has to do with these houses of your home, uh, love affairs that you have. But mostly, that fourth and ninth house is really being aspected with the showed that you've got to make these adjustments that need. I mean, you can go real easy into these, but you got to have the courage to make the adjustments, to make these changes that need to be done, taking the action, not fearing doing, not fearing being aggressive going forward, but focusing that you're going in the right direction and staying in that right direction. And this goes on for the rest of the day, into the evening, because yesterday was like a very difficult day for you guys. I mean, I had it, and I'm sure a lot of y'all had it too, with the struggle that we're all going through. So let's see what you were dealing with the past, the situation you're focused at right now, and where you're wanting to head, what direction you're going in, where's the sail taking you. Hopefully to a beautiful place. All right. Taking you to a place you want to go for the future. Ooh. That would have been a big mistake. Have that all over the place. And one more time. I did give them a good shuffle before I started. So let's see what we got here for you, Virgos. What is the situation for Virgo in the foundation, the past and present, future? Ooh. All right, we've got the Fool here, which is Uranus. In your foundation, we have Earth and Air. So you want this stability moving forward, getting your head clear in your communications, knowing the direction you want to go. Clear communication, dependable, reliable, knowledge. This is like learning too. All right, let's see. In the past here, you've got Aries energy, strong Aries energy. You know where you want to go. And I don't really think you're going to be, I don't think Virgos usually are not rebellious, but they're not immature either. Before they take that leap, they got to know, they've got to have that confidence that they know where something's going here. What is in the past? What's in the future here? You're driven. You are really driven. I mean, you're taking charge of your life. We got the Queen of Pentacles. That's a good one. Stable, steady. That's water and earth. Emotionally, you know where you want to go. You know what you're dedicated to, devoted to, and what you aspire here. And believe you me, Virgos are not, they're determined and they're dedicated in what they do. It's Capricorn energy, Aries energy. This is Mars and Saturn. You're talking about two malefic planets here when they come together. It's like Saturn being the father or the teacher, and you learning from that. Um, what's above you? What's for the future here? You're headed to? What's hanging over? What's above you? Y'all not really foolish people. Oh, we got you, the Hermit. Well, darn it. That's your card. That's Virgo energy. The bottom of the deck, you've got the Eight of Wands, Sagittarius energy, Mercury. You got three major arcanas here. Yeah, you're being guided really strongly here towards stability. And you're learning lessons as well. I think most of y'all guys, you seek knowledge. You like learning. Um, Something's coming toward you, and it's coming in quick. Or you're doing something very quickly here. You're taking some sort of quick action. Things are going to, especially with Saturn and Mars right now, and they're all going, everything's beginning to go in that forward direction. I think things are going to start moving more quickly. It's going to be a faster pace moving forward. That sail is really, you put the sails up and you're going to be moving fast. So there's something here that's going to be moving quickly. All right, let's see with this Fool what we got here. Oh, geez. Oh, yes, that's even upright too. Oh, what's coming toward you, Virgo? Mm. There's communication coming, romantic communication coming, some kind of radical change. Hmm. You writing, publishing something here? You got the house, King of Cups. What is this with the Emperor in the past? You're looking at him. Oh, you want loyalty. Devotion, love, Ten of Cups, happiness. You're working towards something here. Um, are you being attacked in some way? Because this can mean that as well. That somebody's coming in that Knight of Wands. I know a lot of people say it's a player energy, but it's also where there's action coming at you, um, fiery action, aggression coming at you. As a matter of fact, I'll give you a quick. Um, it's kind of conflict as well. Um, it's either you feel attacked in some way. Uh, this is what they call the birch and broom, kind of like where you get browbeaten. Be warned of high temper. I bring conflict and strife. You will find me in competitions because I work with repetition. Arguments and quarrels are my pattern, but I am not always a villain. I can be found in the gym or in a lusty bed on a whim. The birch and broom is one of the troublesome cards in the Norman. Unlike the Tarot, there are definitely favorable and unfavorable cards in this system. Where the birch comes, frenzy will be whipped up, creating discord, and a person will be quick to anger. The card is trouble, strife, disharmony, conflict, argument, and all things stressful, particularly when it's seen with the birds. Well, so there's something here in relationship with someone that's sort of aggressive, high aggressive emotions. Mm. A crack of the whip will be exerted either by you or against you. The reveille depicts the curling whip and the birch, a bundle of branches tightly bound, which was used to reprimand and castrate. Birching was used in France during the French Revolution and during the time of Lenormand herself. It is, in its most positive sense, we have here a card calling us to bring our forces and attention together, to get focused, and to get all our ducks in a row. So this is really like something being whipped into a frenzy. And remember, if you look at that Knight of Wands, it's a fiery action, things being kind of whipped up here. And so it's almost like with the Emperor, somebody's being very, very aggressive, emotionally aggressive at you. Now, this can cause you to rebel. This can cause you to say, hey, you're not loyal to me. What are you doing here? It's something where there's sort of really passion here to some degree. What is this with the Hermit? Mm. All right, we have the what do you call that thing? The sort of a I forgot what they call it. Excuse me. But there's to get to some sort of destination, and people are making the wrong turns or something, but they're trying to get to you, um, in some form or some way. But they're making mistakes, and you're analyzing their actions. What are you doing? I mean, that's kind of what I said. What are you doing? They're coming sort of at a frenzy. This is like a really fast pace. Um, Somebody definitely is coming back at you. Somebody out of the past, and their friends. I wouldn't give them the time of day. Um, let's see what this page is about. Oh my lord. Are you freaking kidding me? You got somebody coming in at you. And it's passionate. Somebody's trying to find their way back. But I don't know how. I don't. Um. Yeah, you got court cards here. What is this Queen of Coins? Queen of Pentacles. You know, steady and slow wins the race. You know, that's what's the future here. What the birds. Six of Swords. You know, this is sort of going into a retreat. A higher institute. It's different. It's the Tower, but it's different in Lenormand than it is in. It's talking about something big. Institutes. Government institutes. Something in there of something going in a certain direction. But you gain something from this, and there's a lot of talk about it. Somebody's working something up here into a frenzy. I don't know if you're going to publish something here that creates this. That gets a lot of people gossiping about something you publish, or either there's a lot of people talking about you. Again, we got the home again. Why do they always want to talk about you? Why is it always Virgos? You know, you're looking deep within yourself, but I don't know if this person right here is spying on you or trying to learn something about you. But we got two individuals here with a rose. There's some emotion here, romantically. This one's got the Ace of Cups and this one's got the Ace of Swords. So this one, some kind of communication. That has to do with over here, the loyalty. And somebody trying to get to you. There's people doing things here but they're not getting there. They're all the actions to take. It's not working. Even this, as you can see, you're standing there and there's those birds around. You know, where you're just over here in peace, while they're over here trying to run into every damn wall they come across. They can't find their way. But then you have something here. It's kind of like you're leaving them all behind. I mean, you're analyzing the situation. You know what's going on. You're looking at them and saying, yeah, you're leaving something behind here. All this is garbage. And you got something good coming. Really good coming. You know, you're looking really deep within yourself as well, knowing what you're just over there in peace in this thing. Gazebo, relaxing, peaceful. This dove's there. You're not in this mess over here. Your world is changing. And for the better, I might add. You're moving to a more peaceful, calm place mentally. And I'm pretty sure there's somebody that's going to be coming into your life soon. And they're going to be loyal. Probably somebody from the past coming back. Somebody maybe you once knew. Maybe it was a friend from the past or something of that nature. You had a friendly relationship with them. But they want to get to know you. Whoever this is, like I said, it could have been just an acquaintance, but now Maybe they know you're free and they want to get to know you better. Very good possibility, Virgo. You got somebody new love coming in. Good for you. Good for you. Okay. That's what I kind of got for you guys. Like I said, if you would, um, I'd appreciate it if you give the video a thumbs up. I mean, y'all have had the best read so far. And I think y'all deserve it. Y'all really deserve it. Big time. Um, but subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will see y'all on the next one. Bye for now.